There is really only one obstacle right now that's stopping you from creating more success in your business and in your life. There's really only one obstacle. There's really only one problem, actually. And it's not having the wrong mindset or the wrong business plan or the wrong website or the wrong branding or the wrong social media strategy or any of that stuff. Of course, any of that stuff, if you have it going on, will absolutely get in the way of you creating a successful business. There's no question about that. But the problem that I'm talking about is at the root of all those other problems. Can you guess what the problem is that I'm talking about? The problem that I'm talking about is cultural programming. Cultural programming. You have received cultural programming from the day that you were born that told you what you could and could not do, be, and have as a female in a patriarchal culture. So, what are the messages I'm talking about? Messages like, I have to be perfect. I have to make everybody around me happy. I have to work really hard and do things I hate if I want to be successful. I can't be too assertive. If I'm too assertive, people won't like me. I'll alienate people. You know, I can't be too much of a leader. We've all gotten these messages, and these messages can really hold us back in very unconscious ways from just getting out there, shining our light, doing our thing, and attracting our ideal clients. So what we're going to be doing today is I'm going to be working with Alina, and we're going to be talking about what's going on in her business. And we're going to take a look at her energy field. And by looking at the energy field, we'll be able to see this cultural programming that's popping out, that's blocking her right now in these invisible ways. Cultural programming shows up in the energy field. It actually creates dark patches in the energy field. And by looking at those dark patches and seeing where they are in the field, I can help her identify specifically what the programming is. And then we're going to do an energy healing process to release those limiting beliefs, those blocks, so that you can also break through your own programming and go to a higher level of success. So, what I'm going to be doing in a minute is bringing Alina out here, and we're going to start doing that process with her. But before we get started, I want to have you, because I want you to get the most out of this as possible, I want you to do a couple of things. I want you to write down, first of all, what is the number one goal in your business or your life right now? Just go ahead and write that down. And then after you write that down, I want you to write what is in the way of achieving that goal. What's in the way? Okay. Great. Okay. So now, while you're finishing writing that up, I'm going to bring out Alina. Alina, hello, hello, hello.
How are you doing? Hello. Hi. Oh, I'm so excited for this.
Yeah, there you go. So Alina Mahai is a branding strategist who helps coaches and healers stand out online so that they can attract their ideal clients. Hello, hello, hello. How are you?
Hi, good. So yeah, I love your work, Sandra. That's why we resonated, because people come to me because they want the right words, and actually it's the energy behind everything that really creates abundance and alignment and money. Yeah, so I'm on board with the alignment, and that's why I'm here to be more aligned by you with your help.
Yeah. All right, this is great. So, okay, cool. So we were talking about So we were chatting the other day because it's like, Elena, okay, what do you want me to look at in your energy field, honey? So she was saying, so I'm going to paraphrase what you're saying, and you can talk a little bit about it too. We can really get into this. So you were saying that you were feeling like a little bit almost like imposter syndrome that was kind of getting in the way of you just putting yourself out there, doing your thing, and feeling really clear and confident in doing that, so you can reach people. Do you want to expand on that, or?
Yeah. Yeah. So it's all of that. And now I'm going to move my body as I talk about it because the energy is already moving. It's all of that stuff around visibility. And when I find that the closer we are to our message and what's most important, the more just whatever's in the way of us being aligned, it's like coming out, right? And the initial reaction is to be like, no, I thought, what is this? Like wanting to disown it, right? And I'm just feeling that. I'm feeling the contractions. I've made myself super sensitive through all the work that I've done to contractions in my body around it. And I just find that it's not completely, when it comes to being on social media, for instance, there is that contraction, right? I'm not completely free. So I'm wanting to be completely free. I want it to feel like I'm talking to my best friend. Yeah.
So it's definitely got a visibility connection. It's because if you're just talking to me, you'd be totally cool.
And it's easier. It's easier when I talk to a person than to a camera. The camera has all the gremlins. They all start coming out.
Okay. This is great because I'm telling you, so many women entrepreneurs can totally relate to this. I know how many women, when I was telling people I was doing this, they go, oh, video. Oh my God, I hate video, and there is really a phobia around video and visibility. So why don't we tune into that? That's juicy because that goes almost beyond imposter syndrome. I think it's even deeper than that, which is the visibility. Okay. So let's have you tune into just really being comfortable being out there and being totally visible, and however you want to be visible and however would best help you reach your people. Okay.
Do you want me to say, to speak what comes up when you say that? Or
no, I don't want you to speak.
Okay.
I want you to tune in because I want to just,
because I'm hearing the voices.
Start labeling it. We don't want your head to label it. I want you to see what's under it. Do you know what I'm saying? I want you to just tune into the feelings, and then I'll tell you what I'm seeing, and then we'll dive into what's really going on, because you know what I'm saying? Because we're going to be looking at your subconscious mind.
Yay.
So, and just tune into what I just said, which is like really being comfortable, being very visible, being really out there, and however you need to be out there to reach your ideal clients, your soul tribe people. Okay. Are you tuned into that? Okay. So the first thing I'm seeing is you have some brown in your crown, which is at the top of your head. Okay. Then I see some white in your sixth chakra. That's in front of your eyes. Okay, you got dark blue in your throat. Okay. You got dark green in your heart chakra. Where's that? Here. And then you got dark red in your third. That's in your solar plexus area. So I'll show you this picture in a minute. Let me just get the right color. I think this is dark red. Okay, yes, that's good. Hopefully this monitor will show these colors. So I'm going to just switch over here. So here you are. Okay. Okay. How can we show you this the best? Like this. So here's your colors. So let me tell you what these colors mean. Okay. How can I do it so it's clear? Okay. So the first color I'm seeing is this brown at the top of your head here. This brown. Okay. So brown is a color that has to do with comfort zone, being in a comfort zone. And it's a comfort zone that keeps you stuck in a certain way. And in the crown chakra has to do with your knowingness, your intuition, your higher wisdom. And so when you have brown in the crown, you're wanting to break through a comfort zone of a certain kind of way that you understand something. And it could be maybe, and how you've been thinking about something. So it could be thinking about, it's a comfort zone about your wisdom, and maybe using your wisdom in a new way and needing to break through a comfort zone around your own wisdom. Is this making sense to you?
Yeah, totally.
Okay, great. So you feel that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So then the next thing I see is you have this white in front of your eyes. Okay. So that's the sixth chakra. And that's the energy center that has to do with seeing what it is that you want and holding in mind what it is that you want, right? And white is a color that has to do with perfectionism. So when you have white in the sixth chakra, you're wanting to break through what you see would be the perfect outcome, but it's actually not the perfect outcome. It's like when you have white in the sixth chakra, you're like, well, it's got to look like this for it to be right. If it doesn't look like this, it's not right. You know what I'm saying? So when you have white in the sixth chakra, you can be holding too high of a standard for yourself about your outcome. And in this case, it might be, I need to look perfect when I'm visible, or there's some perfect thing about the visibility thing, or how you need to be. Is this making sense to you?
Yeah, totally.
It is making, okay, good. So when you have white in the sixth chakra, you want to break through those ideas of what you've been holding mind around, what the perfect outcome is, and see what the opportunities are. Because when you have that perfect picture there, it can actually blind you to the opportunities that are already in front of you, because they don't look the way you think they should look. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So then the next color I see is you have this dark blue in your throat area. So the throat is the will. And it's like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to take this action. I'm going to make this happen. Dark blue is authority energy. So this is the energy of a mentor or a teacher, or could be maybe your coach, who's saying, this is how you're supposed to do this. This is how you're supposed to be communicating. This is how you're supposed to be putting your energy out there. But it's not who you are. So you're trying to kick out, and I see this all the time. In fact, I was just talking to a client about the same subject this morning. When we have a coach or a mentor, they will teach us the way that worked for them. It may not be necessarily the thing that will work for you. That's in alignment with who you are and your brand. Your brand is uniquely your brand. So what you are doing and saying that represents your brand. I mean, I'm already telling you stuff you already know. I already know that it has to be you, right? It has to be in alignment with who you are. So you're trying to kick out this stuff that you got, and it could be I'm saying a coach, but it doesn't have to be a coach, obviously. It could be a parent, it could be a teacher, it could be, I know, because you mentioned this to me before, it could be from a parent who's going, oh, you need to be whatever, like as women, a lot of times, and this could be it, definitely. We get a ton of cultural programming as women that we aren't supposed to be visible. We're supposed to be in the background. We're supposed to be the support people in the background who are not calling the shots, who are not the center of attention, who are taking care of hubby. Does this resonate, or am I out there?
That makes sense.
Does that make sense to you?
Because the dark blue is programming that I've received from mentors, teachers, coaches around how to do what I'm doing.
Yeah,
so
okay.
Operating under that, right?
That's probably more of what it is than the hubby stuff, because I think you're a little bit like me. You're a little bit of a feminist. I think you're beyond that.
Yeah.
So it's probably the coach mentor stuff, not the female. Much female cultural programming, right? Okay.
Yeah, that resonates. That's why I'm so careful these days as to who I hire, because I want to honor my voice as I'm getting support.
Yeah, you have to have people who are in alignment with you. Otherwise, that is not, totally. So the next color I'm seeing is you have this dark green in your heart chakra. So the heart chakra is love and self-love, and also relationships, because however we feel about ourselves will be reflected back to us in our relationships, right? So you have this dark green in your heart chakra. Dark green, excuse me, is when you feel unworthy or undeserving or not good. Like you were saying, I remember you said your mother told you were a bad seed.
Yeah, that's part of my story.
That's probably what that stuff is, because it's something that I'm not good enough, I don't deserve, I'm not worthy. And if you've got that stuff going on, it's going to be way too uncomfortable for you to put yourself out there, because you'll immediately think, you'll get that feedback from other people. Oh, she's not good enough, she's not worthy. You know, whatever you believe gets followed back to you, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah, and I actually heard that from both of my parents in different ways.
From really?
Wow. Yeah. Dad had super high standards, so I never could meet them. It wasn't like, I don't think it was direct. It was very indirect. It was just a certain look of disapproval, right? And it was like not getting the bike because I didn't get the straight A's and all of that.
Right. Yeah. So all of that, so that creates the inner critic, right? I'm never good enough. I can't do anything good enough. And whenever we have that inner critic going on, guess what? Our light just goes boom. It just shuts down.
Yeah.
Because we can't be who we are. We can't shine our light because the critic's telling us it's not okay to be who we are. Boom. So that's huge. If you want to be visible, we want to kick that out, right? And we're going to work on this in just a minute. But first we have to look at this, which is you have dark red in your third chakra. So the third chakra.
Everything is dark so far. Dark brown, dark blue, dark green, and dark red.
Well, the thing is, when I look, I know everybody says this, what I'm looking for is what's in the way.
Right. So, it's just interesting that they're all dark. Is it always that they're all dark?
The dark is the energy's blocked.
It's always dark when it's blocked. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
okay.
The programming is always dark, except for white, which is programming, but it's a slightly different thing. Okay. So then we're talking about this dark red that you've got in your third chakra. So the third chakra is the power center. And it's like, I can do this. I can handle whatever's going on. I have what it takes. I'm in touch with my gifts. I'm in touch with my value. And I'm confident, I can do it. But you have dark red. So it has to do with being connected to your personal power. But when you have dark red in your third chakra, which is what you have going on right now, you have a split between what your soul is telling you that it wants and needs you to do versus what your programming is telling you is safe. So your soul right now is going, oh, step into your power, be powerful in this way. You can do it, shine your light, get out there, be powerful. But the programming is going, you can't do that. That's not okay. People won't like you. You'll be abandoned. And since you got all these messages when you were younger that you were a bad seed and all this stuff, it could be something like, if I shine my light, I'm too big for my britches. A lot. We all get a lot of that, right? I'm too big for my britches. I'm doing something that's bad because I really shouldn't be shining my light because I'm really a bad seed or whatever. Do you know what I'm saying?
I do. And can I ask you a question about that?
Sure. Yes.
Is it that when we have that programming, also it filters the way we interpret information coming towards us as adults? Because I find that I'm subjective with how I interpret when I go, oh, I'm myself, I'm being big, but I have a story that people are not going to like that. And I can even find proof today or yesterday about that. I don't have to go back to my childhood. But that's because I have the programming, right? So I'm like validating that continuously.
You're like validating the programming. Yeah. So it's in, when you're doing that, you're in that mental mind loop where you're looking for evidence of the program.
Looking for evidence, yeah.
Because you're in the programming. It's like a goldfish in the water. It doesn't know it's in the water. but the water is completely controlling its life experience. You know what I'm saying? That's like us with
Yeah,
programming.
I definitely do that.
Yeah. So now, okay, so we're going to do some clearing on this. Okay. Yay, clearing. So I'm going to come up with a statement. Let me see. Let me look at your colors here. Oh, I know. I can. So I'm going to tell you what it is, and then I'm going to show it on the bottom of the screen. Okay. Really? Pardon me while I do this because I'm having a hard time reading this. Okay. Release my need to be perfect. Oh, this is good. Okay, let's do this. All right. My Soul Tribe client. Do you like Soul Tribe clients? I like that. Or
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, cool. Okay, so let's hope this is correct because I'm going to put it on the bottom. This is our clearing statement. I can release my need to be perfect, step into my power, and shine my light so it attracts my Soul Tribe clients. Yes.
Yeah.
So this, you want this to be your new belief, right? So now we're going to do some tapping. So let me bring you up on the screen here with me. Hello. So now we're going to do some tapping. I don't know. You're pretty familiar with tapping, aren't you? But if you're not, because we're going to walk you through it anyway.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to start by tapping on. So, for those of you who are watching, if you're not familiar with tapping, tapping is an energy healing process that uses acupuncture points to release limiting beliefs, negative emotions, negative beliefs from your energy system, from your nervous system, so they no longer control the flow of your life force energy. So it's called actually emotional freedom technique because when we release those limiting beliefs, we become much more emotionally free to be who we really are. So that's what we're going to be doing. Okay, cool. So we're going to start by tapping on the karate chop point, which is on the point. If you were going to do a karate chop, boom, it's where your hand would hit the board. So you're going to tap right there. Okay. So then just repeat after me. And the statement's right on the bottom, most of it. Even though I have this fear that I can't release my need to be perfect.
Even though I have this belief that I cannot release my need to be perfect.
Step into my power.
Step into my power.
And shine my light so it attracts my ideal clients.
And shine my light so it attracts my ideal clients.
My Soul Tribe clients. I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
Excellent. Okay, so now we're going to tap on the beginning of the eyebrow here, and we're just going to repeat the reminder phrase. This fear that I can't release my need to be perfect.
This fear that I cannot release my need to be perfect.
Step into my power.
Step into my power.
And shine my light so it attracts my Soul Tribe clients.
And shine my light so it attracts my Soul Tribe clients.
Very good. Excellent. So now we're going to tap on the side of the eye, not outside of the eye. This fear that I can't release my need to be perfect.
This fear that I cannot release my need to be perfect.
Step into my power.
Step into my power.
And shine my light so it attracts my Soul Tribe clients.
And shine my light so it attracts my Soul Tribe clients.
Excellent. Okay. So now we're going to tap under the eye. Oh, and by the way, if you're watching this, you want to be tapping along with us. I should have mentioned that in the beginning, but tap along so you can clear your blocks around shining your light. Okay. This fear that I can't release my need to be perfect.
This fear that I cannot release my need to be perfect.
Step into my power.
Step into my power.
And shine my light so it attracts my Soul Tribe clients.
And shine my light so it attracts my Soul Tribe clients.
Very good. Okay. So now we're tapping under the nose. Okay, here we go. This fear that I can't release my need to be perfect.
This fear that I can't release my need to be perfect.
Step into my power.
Step into my power.
And shine my light so it attracts my Soul Tribe clients.
And shine my light so it attracts my Soul Tribe clients.
Very good. So now we're tapping under the lip. This fear that I can't release my need to be perfect.
This fear that I can't release my need to be perfect. Perfect.
Yeah. Step into my power
Step into my power
and shine my light so it attracts my soul tribe clients.
and shine my light so it attracts my soul tribe clients.
Okay, great. So now we're going to switch to the positive, and we're going to tap on the collarbone here where the collarbones come together in the front, the base of your throat.
Mhm.
This fear that I can't release my need to be perfect.
This fear that I can't release my need to be perfect.
Step into my power
Step into my power
and shine my light so it attracts my soul tribe clients.
and shine my light so it attracts my soul tribe clients.
Very good. Okay, and now we're going to tap under the arm, right under the armpit. Okay. This fear that I can't release my need to be perfect.
This fear that I can't release my need to be perfect.
Step into my power
Step into my power
and shine my light so it attracts my soul tribe clients.
and shine my light so it attracts my soul tribe clients.
Okay, very good. Now we're going to tap on the top of the head. I can release my need to be perfect.
I can release my need to be perfect.
Step into my power
Step into my power
and shine my light so it attracts my soul tribe clients.
and shine my light so it attracts my soul tribe clients.
Okay, very good. Okay, Alina. So now, what are your thoughts about that statement? Does anything come into your mind out of that statement?
I'm just buzzing right now, so I'm like, my brain is a little bit scrambled. I have no thoughts. I'm blank.
Are you blank?
hmm
How do you feel?
Blank.
All right, so let me give you a little bit of a nudge. So can you see yourself being visible and shining your light?
I think it's reorganizing because I'm not able to see anything at all right now.
Wow, okay.
It's all white. Yeah, I'm like, there's no shape. Usually I have an idea of what it could look like, but right now that's gone.
Oh, great. One of our Alexa, have you been tapping? She's been tapping. Well, great.
Yay.
Alexa, tapping. She says, I really feel a difference after the tapping sequence. Great. Thanks, Alexa. Thanks for your comment. Very cool. Yes. So, okay. So, Alina, back to you. Now, well, what are your thoughts about being, so let's just talk about this. What's your next step? So let's go and see. When you think about now maybe doing a Facebook Live or doing whatever, what have you been thinking about doing about being more visible in terms of being more visible in your business? What have you been, any specific things?
Like what's shifted for me after the tapping?
What shifted for you? Yeah. Do you have a sense of what shifted for you?
More permission to not do things a certain way.
Okay.
Almost like I'm feeling like a spontaneity wanting to come through. It's like, oh, just show up. Just show up and we'll see what happens. Which the other part that we've been tapping goes, no, you can't just show up. You got to plan.
You got to plan. Do you feel like you can just show up now? Do you feel comfortable just showing up?
I don't. I've had this thing before where I think about it and it seems very comfortable, but then I go ahead and do it and it doesn't feel comfortable. So I guess I'm not trusting that once I get to it, like I almost can't tap, I can't connect to that because I'm not doing it right now.
Well, I lost you there. You said when you think about doing it, you feel good, but then when you actually do it, is that what you're saying? So there's the fear that when you go to actually do it, all your stuff will come up again. Is that what you're saying? When you actually go to do it, then you're going to feel blocked again. Is that what you're saying? I'm trying to.
When I think about it, it sounds, I feel good. And then when I go to do it, right before I do it, that's when I contract.
Oh, okay. Well, let's just do one clearing about that then.
Mhm.
That it comes up right before you do it. You're saying you feel okay, but then
Mhm.
right before you do it, it's like, oh no, like
Mhm.
that. Okay.
Yeah.
So, when we can take this off the bottom here. Um, so let's have you think about. Let's have you think about having that same feeling that you did when you think about doing it and you feel good. You don't contract. It's just like, oh yeah, this is fun. Let's do it. I'm doing it. And you don't contract. You just go with the flow and you have fun with it. And you don't have all this stuff in your head, right? Are you thinking about that?
Okay, I'll think about that. You want me to think about that moment right before?
Yeah, tune into it and tell me when you're there. Tell me when you're there. Okay.
Okay.
Are you there? Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, oh yeah, you've got dark blue in your crown. It's almost like you already know what's blocking you, I think, in a certain way. You've got dark blue in your crown. You've got mustard in your six, which is like a golden brown color. Got mustard in your sixth chakra. You've got white in your throat. Oh, wow. You've got dark red in your heart chakra. Okay, well, I'm glad we're looking at this because this will help you when we clear this out. That's big. And then you've got dark green in your third. Okay, so let me tell you what this means. All right. Okay. So here we have you. I'm going to switch us so we can see this picture here. Here we go. So you've got, okay, so the first color we see is you've got this dark blue at the top of your head. Okay. So the top of your head area is the crown center. It's the wisdom center. It's where we connect to our inner knowing, that knowing that we know something, where we connect to our higher wisdom and our intuition and to innovative solutions. They always come in through the crown. New ideas always come in through the crown. You have dark blue. Dark blue is authority energy about knowing something. So again, like we're talking about, if you have mentors and teachers and coaches, and I see this all the time with people who are in a coaching program, you can't really follow blindly what the coach tells you. It just doesn't work. And I'll tell you why it doesn't work. Because coaches teach what they've taught. Coaches teach what has worked for them in their business. But their business is not your business. Their brand is not your brand. And you have to be true to your own soul to be true to your brand. I mean, really, our brand is our soul. It's our unique energy that we're bringing out into the world. And we have to honor that to have a strong brand. That's your unique gift. And right now, you're trying to kick out some authority energy that's in there that's actually blocking you from connecting to your own inner knowing about what's right for you. Is this making sense to you? Okay. So then the next thing I see is you have this mustard color. It looks a little bit yellow, but it's actually mustard, which is like a brownish yellow color. And that color has to do with the comfort zone. And it's in the sixth chakra. So it's a comfort zone about what you've been holding in mind in terms of your own vision, maybe even your own vision for your business and what it's supposed to look like and what you're supposed to be doing to grow your business. Is a comfort zone. But you know that you need to break out of that comfort zone. It could be something about how you've been being visible or not being visible. And wanting to break out of that, knowing that you need to break out of that to go to that next level, to reach more of your soul tribe clients. Is it making sense to you? Okay. So then the next
I'm noticing that the colors change when we tune into a different moment in time.
Yeah, whatever you're thinking about, your colors will completely change. This is the emotional body. It fluctuates according to whatever you're thinking and feeling. It'll instantly change. So then the next color I'm seeing is white in your throat. So the throat is the well, and it's like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to take this action, I'm going to make this happen. White is perfectionism. So when you have white in the throat, you want to take the perfect action, you want to make the perfect decision, you want to do things perfectly. But of course, guess what? There are no perfect actions. There are no perfect decisions. Until we go ahead and take the action, a lot of times we won't be shown the result. We won't be shown the next step until we take the first step. So when you have white in the throat, you want to really shift from, oh God, I better do it perfectly, or oh my God, what if I don't do it perfectly? Because that's really where you're at. To let me just see this as an experiment. I'm going to treat this as an experiment. I'm going to have fun with this. I'm going to try this. What the hell? This seems like a fun thing to do. I'm going to let myself do it. That's really where you want to go when you have white in the throat, because your inner critic is really getting in your way from you just letting yourself go with the flow and do those things that would actually be fun for you to do. Does that make sense?
That. I like that, the experiment. It's an experiment.
Okay. So then the next thing I see, you have dark red in your heart chakra. So the heart chakra is love and self-love. And it's also relationships. It's relationships. So however we feel about ourselves is reflected back to us in our relationships. So when you have dark red in your heart chakra, dark red is a color that has to do with a split happening between what your soul wants for you and your programming. Your soul is saying, I want you to love yourself in this way. You know, this is how you should love yourself. And we want you to love, I'm saying we, because I think our guardian angels are part of our, like our collective soul or whatever, higher guides or whatever. We want you to love yourself this way. This is healthy self-love. This is important for you to love yourself this way. But then the programming comes in, it's going, you can't love yourself that way. You know, everyone will hate you. And again, it could be, who do you think you are? You know, when you've had parents like yours who are really critical, you really get the message that it's not okay to feel good about yourself because you're not a good person or you're not good enough. So therefore, you shouldn't feel good about yourself. Do you know what I mean? So it's crazy.
Yeah, and this could also be cultural too, because under communism, nobody's good enough. Nobody should value themselves.
Oh,
everybody's suppressed.
Oh my gosh, that's huge. And especially going from communism to capitalism, which is completely different, where you can love yourself, you can have your own business. Oh, that's huge.
Yeah, I'm the first one in my family who's an entrepreneur who did the crazy thing where you go out of safety and the norm and you start this thing that could go up or could go down any minute.
Wow. Okay. So it's basically, yeah. So it's almost like there's programming in there telling you it's dangerous to love yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. And it feels that way, that I'm going against a lot of things that I've been taught.
Yeah. Okay. So that's big. So then the last thing I see is you have dark green in the third, in your solar plexus. So that's the power center. And dark green is for feeling unworthy or not good enough, or for feeling like I'm not going to do it well enough. So in the power center, there's a couple of things that happens when you've got this in the power center. One of them is, if I'm powerful, people won't like me. If I'm powerful, that's somehow going to interfere with my relationships.
That's been going on a lot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's like you can't be powerful and have love. It's almost like they're in conflict with each other, which of course
people are going to turn away if I'm too powerful. I'm going to rub them the wrong way and I'm going to be alone.
Okay. Okay. So that's what that is. Okay. So now let's clear this. So let's see how we can clear this. Let's see. Okay. So let me write this down. Okay. Okay. I can, okay, love myself. new and
Alexa relates to this. Yeah.
oh, cool. Thank you, Alexa. I really love your comments here on the screen.
It's fun to see that somebody benefits from this other than me.
That's great. Okay. So, okay. So I can love myself in a new and better way and grow my successful business by going with the flow that empowers and supports me.
I love that.
Oh, thank you.
Yay, I love your affirmation.
Okay, so let's put this statement up here so we can all see it. Where is it? Here it is. Yeah, I really like this Be Live thing because I'm having fun with this.
Ooh, yeah, I get to see it. Cool.
Yeah, and everybody can see it. Okay, so now we're going to tap. So here we go. So we're going to start with, oh, let me bring you up so everybody can see us both tapping. Okay, where are you? Where'd you go?
One.
There we go. Okay, so we're going to start on the karate chop. Here we go. Everybody tap. Even though I have this fear that I can't love myself in a new and better way.
Even though I have this fear that I can love myself in a new and better way.
And grow my successful business.
And grow my successful business.
By going with the flow that empowers and supports me.
By going with the flow that empowers and supports me.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
Oh, excellent. All right. So now we're tapping in the beginning of the eyebrow. Cool. This fear that I can't love myself in a new and better way.
This fear that I can't love myself in a new and better way.
And grow my successful business.
And grow my successful business.
By going with the flow that empowers and supports me.
By going with the flow that empowers and supports me.
Very good. All right. So now we're tapping on the side of the eye. This fear that I can't love myself in a new and better way.
This fear that I can't love myself in a new and better way.
By going with the flow, and grow my successful business.
And grow my successful business.
By going with the flow that empowers and supports me.
By going with the flow that empowers and supports me.
Okay, excellent. So now we're tapping under the eye. This fear that I can't love myself in a new and better way.
This fear that I can't love myself in a new and better way.
And grow my successful business.
And grow my successful business.
By going with the flow that empowers and supports me.
By going with the flow that empowers and supports me.
Excellent. All right. So now we're tapping under the nose. This fear that I can't love myself in a new and better way.
This fear that I can't love myself in a new and better way.
And grow my successful business.
And grow my successful business.
By going with the flow that empowers and supports me.
By going with the flow that empowers and supports me.
Okay, excellent. Under the lip, this fear that I can't love myself in a new and better way.
This fear that I can't love myself in a new and better way.
And grow my successful business.
And grow my successful business.
By going with the flow that empowers and supports me.
By going with the flow that empowers and supports me.
Okay. This fear that I can't, oops, look at a collarbone now. Oh, actually, let's switch to the positive. Let's switch to the positive. I can love myself in a new and better way.
I can love myself in a new and better way.
And grow my successful business.
And grow my successful business.
By going with the flow that empowers and supports me.
By going with the flow that empowers and supports me.
Very good. Okay. So now we're tapping under the armpit, right under the bone of the armpit. This fear that I can't love myself in a new and better way.
The fear that I can't love myself in a new and better way.
And grow my successful business.
And grow my successful business.
By going with the flow that empowers and supports me.
By going with the flow that empowers and supports me.
Okay, excellent. So we're tapping on the top of the head. Oh, we're going to go to the positive. I switched to the negative.
Mm-hmm.
I can love myself in a new and better way.
I can love myself in a new and better way.
and grow my successful business
and grow my successful business
by going with the flow that empowers and supports me.
by going with the flow that empowers and supports me.
Very good. All right. So, Alina, how are you now? What's up?
I love the going with the flow. I could feel myself carried by the flow.
Great.
Yeah.
I think that's the key for you.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the key for you, is tuning into that flow and really giving yourself permission to tune into that flow and get out of your head and get out of like what you've been told is the right way to do it, because a lot of times that's where people get stuck. And I see this all the time.
Yeah, I see that all the time too.
That are in coaching. I don't want to put down coaching because coaching is hugely valuable, but the thing that you have to remember with coaching is you have to tailor it to you. You can't just automatically follow the coach blindly because their business is not your business.
I agree. There's a variety of ways to coach too. There's coaching that's more like mentoring. It tells you what to do. And then there's coaching that just asks valuable questions for you to find your answer.
Right. But even when you get instructed to do something, you really need to make it work for your business, even if it's instructional, because not every business is the same and people have different values and they're comfortable with different things. And you have to honor your own heart.
It's true. Very true. That's why I love branding, because it's all about being in alignment with your values and the way your story and your beliefs and who you want to attract. It's like that's coming from your soul and your heart, and that needs to be respected.
Absolutely. It's huge. Otherwise you'll have a business you won't even like. It might be successful, but you might not even be happy with what you're doing. So you have to honor your values, what you want to be doing. So yes, that gives you a lot of freedom though too, because when you tune into that within you and you're going with the flow, it feels good. And you start getting, it's almost like, I don't want to say addicted because addicted is a bad word, but addicted in a good way, because you're in the flow. When you start living this way, you can't live any other way, because you see that it's the only thing that's really going to make you happy. You know what I mean? And so when you bring that in and really make it solid, it can guide you in so many ways and improve your life in so many ways. It's really just giving yourself permission to do that, to really love yourself. It's really giving yourself permission to love yourself, you know? So yes, good. Well, thank you. You're welcome. They're wonderful.
For all the permission and the wonderful affirmations. I think I'm going to remember them because we said them so many times.
Yeah.
Stay with me.
You have the video. You can watch it again if you want. I'm going to leave it up here. So it will be up here and you can write them down and even tap on them again. What I do with my clients is I have them tap on the statements after our sessions to just keep reinforcing the new beliefs. Because the programming's been in there since you were like a baby, you know? So it's not going to go away overnight, but when you really get into deeply what it is and you start, it can actually shift fairly quickly when you just stay persistent in doing this. Oh, thank you, Alexa. Alexa says, I really relate to the statement, I can live my life in a new and better way. Gives myself permission to grow as I change. That's great. Fabulous. Thank you for that. And so, well, thank you, everybody. And I have a special offer that I'm going to be showing you in a moment. So thank you, Alina. Thank you so much.
Very much.
You're wonderful. Thank you so much for your honesty and your I really appreciate that, because some coaches I say, oh, I don't want to do that. You know, and it's like, okay.
Yeah, I've learned to make my vulnerability my strength and really my practice. So thank you for this opportunity.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you so much for coming on and being my guest.